Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's your girl Beloved and I'm back with a new recipe for the channel. Beloved Catering Service is a business where we make all kinds of cakes, butter cookies, shortbread cookies, coconut biscuits, sugar cookies, brownies, ring donuts, meat pies, samosa, spring rolls, and all kinds of fruit drinks and fruit juices, especially sobolo. We also make all local rice dishes and Ghanaian authentic dishes. We cater for all events and occasions and any form of gatherings. You can contact us with the information provided on your screen. In today's video, we are making a beautiful birthday cake for April celebrants at my church. Ingredients for today's cake include my perfect American buttercream frosting, yellow liquid food color, golden sprinkles, white pearl sprinkles, 1 vanilla cake layer, 1 red velvet cake layer, and I have recipes to both on the channel, different types or different kinds you can check out. White fondant, gold luster dust, a painting brush, a cake board, a turntable, some solution tape, my business sticker, a cake comb, a scissors, an offset spatula, mixing bowls, piping tips which include a 1M piping tip, a 2D piping tip, and some other piping tips. I'll also be using cornstarch, icing sugar, which will be for the rolling and cutting of the fondant, alphabet cutters, my milk and vanilla syrup, and some necessary cake decorating tools. Before that, I would be very happy if you could subscribe to my channel right now and then turn on your post and notification icon so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video onto the channel. And please share my videos with your friends and family. Please subscribe. Let's begin. I'll cut some of the solution tape and then roll it into a round form, place it into the middle part of the turntable and place the cake board onto the turntable. These are our cake layers which have been in the fridge overnight. Now I'll pick a tissue and then clean the cake board. After that, I'll use the offset spatula to smear some frosting onto the middle part of the cake to secure the first cake layer, which will be the vanilla cake layer. Now I'll use the scissors to cut the top part of the cling film which I've used to wrap both cake layers and then take out the vanilla cake layer. Now I'll drizzle the cake layer with some of the milk and vanilla syrup until it is well soaked to my preference, and then I'll add some frosting to it, smoothing it out with the offset spatula. And then trim off the top layer of the red velvet cake layer, drizzle it with some of the syrup. After that, I'll place it onto the frosted cake layer, and after placing onto it the cake layer, I'll then use the serrated knife to trim off the edges of both cake layers to give it kind of a leveled look so that when it's frosted, it will look as nice as possible. After that, I'll use a tissue to clean off all the cake particles on the cake board. Then I'll put some of the frosting onto the red velvet cake layer and then use the offset spatula to smear it on the top and sides of the cake to give it kind of a crumb coat on all the sides of the cake as well as the top side. Now we'll move on to the second coverage of the cake with the same frosting. I'll do this for all the sides and the top of the cake. And this is how it looks after the second coverage is done. Now I'll use the offset spatula to smoothen out the sides and the top part of the cake a little bit, just as seen in the video being displayed. Now I'll use the offset spatula to make kind of a spiral movement on the top. This is kind of a circular movement with the frosting on the top part of the cake to create this beautiful design you are looking at. Now I'll scoop some of the frosting into one of the mixing bowls, add into it the yellow liquid food color and combine both until a uniform beautiful color is obtained. And this is how our frosting looks like. We've obtained a beautiful yellow color. So now I'm going to scoop it into a piping bag without a piping tip, and then I'll do the same for the other piping bag with the uncolored frosting. Now I'll pipe at the bottom part of the cake with the colored frosting until the uniform design I want at the bottom is obtained, and then I'll continue with the uncolored frosting until I get to the top parts of the cake. This is how it looks after obtaining the pipe frosting on the cake. Now I'm going to continue with the cake comb we'll be using today to smoothen it out and give it a beautiful textured design on the sides of the cake. And this is how it looks after the textured design has been made on the sides of the cake. So I'll smoothen the top sides up with the offset spatula and then create the spiral design on the edges of the cake to look like the middle portion of the cake. Now I'm going to place into the piping bag with the piping tip, which is the 2D piping tip, the yellow frosting, and then pipe kind of rosettes on the edge of the cake. This will be on one part of the cake, and then I'll make small stars on both sides of the rosettes. Then I'll pipe another rosette on the bottom part of the cake, which is the opposite side on the cake board, and then make the same stars on the sides of the rosette. And this is how it looks. So I'm going to fill in the gaps with the white frosting, which will be another rosette and then some stars as well. And this is how it looks after filling in the gaps with the white frosting. Now I'll use the pearl picker to pick the pearls we'll be using to decorate the cake today, and then fill it around the sides of the cake. There will be no special format for this. I'll just place it at points I feel they should be placed. And this is all. Now I'm going to use my hands to fetch some of the sprinkles and then spread it onto the design on the top part and sides of the cake. Since today's frosting is a bit stiffer than the usual one we've been using, I have to use the pearl picker to pick all the sprinkles, even the smallest sizes, and then arrange them, because when I throw them at the cake, it's not able to grab it as it should. Now I'm going to pick up the wrapper containing the happy birthday cake topper and then remove it from it. Now I'm going to use my hands to take off the rubber lining on both sides of the topper and then place it onto the undecorated part of the cake. Then I'll fix some star sprinkles onto the edges of the cake topper, and this is how it looks. Now I'm going to use some green colored frosting to make kind of a leaf design on the edges of the rosettes. At this point, we are going to use the fondant to make #April bonds. Since this cake is being made for my church April celebrants or April bonds. To begin, I'm going to pour the cornstarch onto a plate and then dip into it all the alphabet cutters to prevent the fondant from sticking into the cutter. Then I'll use the fondant roller to roll out the fondant to half an inch thickness and then place into it the alphabet cutters to cut out the #April bonds. Cutting it out, I'll then remove it from the alphabet cutter onto the other side of the fondant mat. Then I'll arrange onto a plate the cutout fondant and then use a painting brush with the gold dust to paint it all into a gold color. And I'll do this one by one until all the alphabet cutouts have a gold color to it. This is the final look of our cake for now. I'm about to add onto it the alphabet gold dusted cutouts. With my hands, I'll start arranging the cutouts from the hashtag to the last alphabet, which is the S for the bonds. I'm doing this right under the happy birthday cake topper, from the side where the rosette is at the top part to the other edge where the happy birthday cake topper is. I'm using that border underneath. And this is the final look of our cake. I'm yet to add onto it the complete cake box set. So I'll remove the rubber lining in and outside the cake box, and then I'll fold the top parts of the cake box, which I didn't know was something that was supposed to be folded. I always decorate and then place the top part on it just like that, and I noticed there was something to be done about this when I made my 1-year anniversary YouTube cake for my celebration with my colleagues the other time. So now we'll be doing this. At this point, I'm going to place onto it the tall cake box, the lid, and then cover it with the ribbon I just made. Before I tie the cake with the ribbon, this is how it looks like. Now, as my mom helps me raise up the cake, I then do the tying at the bottom, and this is the final look of our cake today. I want to use this as an opportunity to wish April Bonds a happy birthday once again, since this month is my mom's birthday month, a friend of mine's birthday month, and some very special people in my life's birthday. So happy birthday to all April Bonds, and also God bless you all. And this is where today's video ends. Thank you so much for watching. Make it a point to watch our new videos this and every Thursday and Sunday for wholesome content and amazing recipes you can try with your friends and family. This new year, I'll be very glad if you could try any of our recipes and then give feedback on it in the comment section. Also, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your post and notification icon, and then share my videos with your friends and family. Let's all join hands and make this channel grow. Till we meet again, dear viewers. Bye bye.